what's up, guys? This is Dustin Steiner from eSportsMax. I'm here with James Chen. How you doing, James?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Yeah, man. All right, so we just got through top 32 of Street Fighter 4, right? So what do you think about the tournament so far?
Dude, it's fantastic. Every year CEO always just has like so many good players, because a lot of people even come out here, you know, they stay after they show up here for Evo. So you get a lot of really strong players making out here. CEO is always exciting. It's always one of the most hype events. So,
tell me a little bit about how you got into commentating.
Honestly, kind of it was half a right place, right time sort of deal, but also, I mean, I used to write a lot of FAQs a long time ago, and I used to like make tutorial videos. So I've always liked teaching the game, right? And so there was one point in time where the Level Up crew, before they were Level Up, were streaming out of a dude's garage. That's what Wednesday Night Fights was originally, right? And so at one point in time, AJ Potato Head Papa just wanted to learn how to stream, so we started streaming from the garage. And he was like, I need people, someone do commentary, right? And so I've always like disliked, I guess, the state of commentary at the time, but I'm not the kind of person who wants to, talk smack about commentary and then never try it, you know? So I sat down and tried it, and I don't know, it just never stopped at that point. I just kept doing it from then, so yeah.
Well, I know you've taught me a lot about the FGC, man. I mean, I wouldn't be here if it weren't for people like you, Ultradavid, Seth Killian, dude. Like, seriously, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. Of course. All right, so, moving on. What's your opinion on the Capcom Pro Tour? You think Capcom's been doing a really good job of, like, promoting these events, or what do you think?
You know, it's a great start. It's real. I'm so happy to see Capcom getting involved, and I just hope it keeps growing bigger. I love the fact that they're including so many different places, all the Europe tournaments, we just have Southeast Asia majors. So I think it's just such a great beginning, and I'm hoping that it just keeps growing year after year.
Right. So would you say that we're esports now?
Not yet. We still have a long way to go. So yeah.
All right. So speaking of esports and things like, let's just call an organization called MLG.
Right.
So what's your opinion about MLG?
Well, I mean, a lot of people know my stance on that kind of situation. I've always been a proponent of keeping everything separate. It's not that I have anything in particular against MLG. It's that I really want the FGC to grow within itself.
Right. I
want us to become our own industry. I want us to be able to have a way so that our current players, when they get to a point where they have to stop playing, they have a future, they have a career that continue in the FGC and such like that. And plus, the other thing I've always said, like, FGC and the MLG scene or esports scene are very different crowds.
Right.
The analogy that I always really like to give is that you wouldn't get the guys who run Wimbledon to run the Super Bowl.
Right.
They're both sports. They both involve chasing a ball, but they're completely different crowds, right? So one, everyone has to be silent while they're playing. The other one is you have to be as loud as humanly possible, right? And there's, I just don't feel like there's any necessary need to combine forces. We can coexist together and help each other out in a lot of ways, so.
Okay, so how did you get paired up with Ultradavid?
Again, he was also there at the garage days, and he just started jumping on there, and we knew each other from arguing on Shoryuken forums before. But the one thing that we both noticed is that we were both very analytical when we argued.
Right.
So we actually became friends because we argued with each other, which is kind of funny. And so when we started meeting up at the Wednesday Night Fights and started hanging out and talking, and then we just both started getting on commentary, and we both have a lot of same concepts and ideas about how we want the fighting game community to go.
Right.
So it just worked out really well. So.
Okay, great. All right, so you've been with Wednesday Night Fights, Evo, all that stuff since the beginning. It's grown from exponentially.
Yes.
What has being part of that like?
Well, I mean, I think it's fantastic. I mean, I'm so happy to see it get to this point. I still remember B4, B5. We had 100-man tournaments, and we're what is going on? This is the biggest tournament I've ever seen. And EVO this year is like, they said that we've surpassed the number of Ultra entrants from Street Fighter 4 entrants from last year. And last year had 1,600 people. So we have over 1,600 people who are, yeah, and we have to get down to 1 by the end of the weekend. So, you know, shout outs to the EVO organizers for figuring out a way to do that. Yeah. Let's hope they have figured out. Yeah. So
you'd think they would have added another day by now, but
yeah, it's hard because honestly, it's more days and a lot of people can't afford to take that much time off. So we try to keep it smaller right now because, you know, we talked about extending it and a lot of people are like, I can't afford to take the extra day off, you know, it's more hotel fees and all that stuff like that. So we're trying to keep it small right now because we're trying to, you know, help the players involved and the fans who want to come and watch. So
one day it's going to end up being a week-long event. You watch, it'll end up being a week-long event.
I would love it to be a 2-week-long event, you know, like a Wimbledon kind of thing, you know.
The Wimbledon and the FGC, that'd be
exactly. Well, I want it to get there one day, and you know, I feel like we're on a good track right now. So I'd like to see it get there for sure.
We're at CEO, which, you know, it started 5 years ago. It's already over 1,000 entrants for across 13 titles. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like I said, someone asked me like since I've been around for so long, like what I consider the golden age of fighting games. I think we're in it right now because it's just fantastic to see what's been going on, and I don't know, warms my heart, you know, to know that so many people are interested enough to go to Twitch and watch fighting games stream. You know, I think that's awesome. I think that's amazing. So.
All right, well, before we let you go, do you have any closing words or shout outs to everybody out there?
I mean, one of the things that me and David do try to do, we try to teach a lot of people how to play fighting games. So you can check out the show that we do, UltraChenTV, and you can also just follow us on Twitter at UltraChenTV, or follow myself or David or whatever. But yeah, we try to teach. We hope it works, you know.
It does.
Okay, cool. I'm glad. Well, we have a you know a person who's a verifiable, you know, person saying it helps. So yeah.
All right, well, this has been Dustin Steiner with James Chen here at CEO 2014. Make sure to check out the rest of our CEO 2014 coverage at eSportsMax.com and follow us on Twitter at eSportsMax. You can follow me at GetSteinered and James Chen here at JChenzor. All right, thank you.